Fetterman, Manchin, and Sinema were all problems or are currently problems for the Democratic Party. But Fetterman, Manchin, and Sinema are not the same type of problem for the Democratic Party. We can start with Sinema. Even though she's no longer a senator, she is now a lobbyist. She's making millions and millions and millions of dollars because, hey, you know what? It's not illegal. You could be a senator and then turn around and share all your secrets to the lobbyist world and make a lot of money doing it. Sinema's movements very early on was clearly about the money. She sold herself to the lowest bidder, and the lobbyists figured that out, so they owned her. Manchin started as a I believe in bipartisanship kind of guy, but he too liked to make money while being a United States senator. He too liked to explore the power that he has as this wild card in the Senate. Case in point, his wife got a job working in the Biden administration in hopes that Manchin would go more along with Biden. But then there's that whole thing that he did where he helped his daughter cover up the whole EpiPen 1,000% increase in pricing. Then a year later, his daughter retired at 50 years old with a big old package. And let's not forget, he had some fancy car that he drove around the Senate in DC with. I don't know if it was like a Maserati or something equivalent. Come on, man, you've been in public service too long to be having a car like that. So it was about the money, but in a different way. Whereas Fetterman has always been a problem. Fetterman, who started out as a Bernie bro, threw on some Carhartt and pretended that he was a blue-collar guy when the reality is he grew up in a silver spoon life and he chased a black man down the street with a gun. Fetterman has always been a problem for me, and Fetterman should have always been a problem for the Democratic Party. I thought Fetterman was done when he had his stroke, but here we are. This morning, Fetterman fell flat on his face somewhere in Pennsylvania while taking a walk. And no, I'm not surprised. Fetterman has become a very different person. I would say I'm not a medical expert. I'm not RFK Jr. I don't pretend to be a medical expert. But I know from doing my own research that the stroke changed this man. He's gone from being a Bernie bro to a Trumper. He also has issues controlling his anger, which maybe that's always been a thing because, again, chasing a black man down the street with a gun. But I've heard from multiple reliable sources that when he's in his office, you can hear him yelling and screaming. Not to mention the footage of him on an airplane berating a flight attendant who was asking him to put on his seatbelt. It is good to note that no other Democratic senator in the Senate currently votes with Trump as much as Fetterman has. Sinema and Manchin were about the money. Fetterman, in my opinion, is a whole other nightmare in itself.